To dock or not to dock? That is the question. Hello, my name is Canyon Roberts, and I'm a junior member of the Pioneer Peak 4-H Club and the Connect River Riders 4-H Club in the Matsu Copper River District. Today, I'm going to discuss what it means to dock a lamb's tail. I will talk about the different methods used and why this is done. I will also speak about the controversy surrounding this subject. To dock a lamb's tail means to simply shorten or remove it. The tail is typically shortened just under the caudal fold at one of the three palpable joints or removed completely. There are several ways to dock a lamb's tail. The first method is to simply place a rubber ring around the lamb's tail. This method is inexpensive and easy to do. This is typically done when the lamb is only a couple days old. The rubber ring will restrict blood flow to this area and cause the tail to fall off. The tail will typically be cut off during the summer months to prevent flies being attracted to the decaying flesh. The second method is to cut the tail using a heated docking iron. This tool will both cut and cauterize the stub of the tail, stopping the bleeding. This method is used less often as most small farmers do not have the equipment. The third method is to place a rubber ring around the lamb's tail with a bloodless castrator that is applied to the tail just under the ring. The rubber ring will then roll into the groove caused by the bloodless castrator. I do not personally know anybody that uses this method, but studies show it can actually be less painful for the animal. The last method is to simply cut off the tail using a sharp knife. This is typically done by large operations. There are several reasons to dock a lamb's tail. The first reason is that fecal material can collect on the tail. The wool on the sheep can easily become long and matted and can be uncomfortable and even cause health problems. The second reason is that blowflies will be attracted to the tail and they will lay their eggs on the lamb's tail. Their maggots will then burrow into the tail, poisoning the animal with the ammonia that they give off. This irritation can attract more blowflies and the condition can worsen, leading to death within a few days if not treated. The third reason is that docking tails can make shearing sheep easier, and some shearers may choose not to shear sheep with long tails. Another reason is that ewes are easier to inspect at the time of delivery when they do not have a tail. Docking tails can also increase the dressing percentage of the animal at slaughter time. Animal welfare is not the only reason lamb's tails are docked. In the show industry, it is thought that a lamb with a docked tail has a better look. Depending on the reason that you choose to dock your lamb's tail, there are several lengths that you may choose. The first length is to completely remove the tail to conceive a look that's considered desirable. The second length is to dock just under the caudal fold. This provides the benefits of docking and also prevents the defects of short docking, which I'll discuss in a moment. Tails are typically docked in between these two lengths. As with many animal practices, tail docking comes with a lot of controversy. Docking opponents claim that since some breeds of sheep have tails naturally, they should not be removed. But some owners may not be able to observe sheep closely enough to prevent fecal buildup. Although short-tailed breeds are available, they may not be financially realistic for the sheep owner to raise. Though there is much evidence to support the benefits of tail docking, there is also much evidence to support the health risks of the animal at the time of docking. Tetanus is possible, as is infection at the time of docking. Vaccination is recommended at the time. Although tail docking does cause pain for the animal, pain relief is typically not used when the lamb is docked at a young age. Although it may cause pain, it is not severe enough to cause health problems. There are many articles stating or denying the increase of rectal prolapse in ewes that have been short-docked, in lambs that have been short-docked. In an article from the Animal Welfare Institute, it stated that there are several causes of rectal prolapses. Short-docking is particularly a problem because the caudal vertebrae of the spine and the cords that stabilize the rectum and anal sphincter are removed. Destroying the support system increases the chance that any straining, such as coughing, can push the rectum out of the body. End of quote. Sheep exhibitors use short-docking to make the animal look like it has a level back and a fuller leg. A winning lamb can result in a greater profit. Ewes with docked tails are easier to observe at time of lambing, but short docking may increase the chance of rectal and or vaginal prolapse. Leaving the dock long enough to cover the vulva can protect this area from the weather while still providing the benefits of observation. The question is, are we docking tails to benefit the animals or benefit us? Some states are beginning to pass laws to prevent short docking. Raising sheep can teach some youth, such as I, many life lessons. My older siblings have been able to attend college and serve missions without having to acquire unnecessary debt. Some sheep exhibitors may use sheep for food, pets, or family's income, but the show industry may be encouraging some youth that are non-beneficial for the animals. On the Farm and Dairy website, it stated that states such as California, Wyoming, Washington, and West Virginia began to set regulations in 2002, setting minimum lengths for tails to be docked. Animals not meeting the required lengths are disqualified from shows. Unfortunately, there are no laws preventing short docking in Alaska, and we are now seeing more animals with short docks in our shows. Some questions to ask ourselves are we letting show ring fads take over our better judgment? Are we using extreme methods to increase our chance of winning in the show ring? Are we giving up our Alaskan style in order to keep up with the other states' showing fads? These are questions to ask ourselves. Here's a picture of the dock on my lamb's tail. I know that this has the potential to put him down in the show ring, but I know that I've taken care of him to the best of my ability. Thank you for listening. I got my information from Tail Length and Lambs, the long and short of it, by Munro and Evans, the Animal Welfare Institute, the Kansas Farmer, Welfare Implications of Tail Docking of Lambs, 2014. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Do you know of any other species that have their tails docked?
The question was, do I know any other species that would have their tails docked? The answer is almost every breed of sheep has a long tail, and if they're used in the show ring or if they're used for selling and other things, they would typically be docked.
But do you know of any other species, not sheep?
Oh, no, other species would not have, they would not have their tails docked. I do not personally know why they aren't, but all I know is that the other species do not have their tails docked. Are there other questions?
One other question. Are you aware of any types of sheep in Alaska that naturally have docked short tails?
The question was, do I know of any species of sheep that have short tails? The answer is, I do not know the breeds of sheep that well, and I do not know the length of other species of sheep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Display.